Hey Mama featuring Tippa Irie from Elefunk. I'll be honest, the only issue I have with this song is that the radio edit version of it is not on iTunes. And that's a shame because, as catchy as the album version is, even if it has a few vulgar lyrics in it, let alone vulgar and suggestive, if that's the same thing, I honestly think that the radio edit version is a little bit better, given that the lyrics are more family friendly, and it's also worth noting that the beat is different and the vocals are more distinct, especially in the chorus. To be fair, that version does leave out Tippa Irie's final vocal and have been replaced with ones by Apple and Taboo and Fergie, so I can't blame him for that, but it would still be nice if that version was included on iTunes. Oh well, what can you wish for? Don't Lie from Monkey Business. I know this song takes the typical cliches of somebody cheating on someone else, just by lying, but I honestly don't have a problem with this one. It's catchy, the lyrics, well, again, cliched, are somewhat fun to take a listen to and recite, and the chorus is honestly one of my favorite parts of it, especially with that guitar and Fergie's vocals being combined with it. It's just great. Rock That Body from The Energy Never Dies. From what I've researched, originally this song was going to be the fourth single on the album, but then I'm a B took its place instead. I could be wrong on that, but I'm not sure. In fact, speaking of I'm a B, this song is apparently a follow-up to that, because there is a music video called I'ma Be Rockin' That Body, where it's basically a combination of I'ma Be and Rock That Body, going at the same time. One thing that's really interesting about this one is the fact that Fergie's voice was actually played at a higher pitch in this song, and I had no idea that it was her, even as a kid when I first took a listen to it. Now, though, especially when I lower the song in pitch, I can't unhear those vocals. Meet Me Halfway, also from The Energy Never Dies. Funnily enough, Rock That Body is the second track on the album, and Meet Me Halfway is actually the third track on the album. And from what I've researched, I think this song is also the third single on the album. I could be wrong. Again, I'll have to look it up after I'm done recording this video. But, anyways, what are my thoughts on this song? Well, I honestly think the concept behind it is pretty interesting. It's about Fergie saying that, she would love to, be with her loved one as long as, they're still around. But the only way she can find them is to go across the board, the board line, and see them halfway, as the song's title suggests. And I'll admit, even if it is cliched, just like I said with Don't Lie, it's still pretty good. I just don't know what else to say about it, other than that it's good. And now comes my only dishonorable mention, being My Humps from Monkey Business. I was never a fan of this song, even when I first heard it back at the age of 10 years old. The reason I don't really like it is because, there's breathing in it. The beat, while somewhat good, it's just the lyrics in it. Talking about somebody's butt. It's just, The only reason I'm giving Hey Mama a pass is because, for one thing, that song was catchy in all the right ways. My Humps is not. Again, this is my opinion. The only positive thing I can say about it is that it seemed to have predated what the Peas would do later on with music, given that this song has a little bit more synthesizers in it. And, let's see. Nope, I can't think of anything else. That's all I can say about this song. And now, number 1. Alright, I'm sure a lot of you might be surprised when it came to the number 1 entry on this list, and I'm sure some of you might have seen it coming, as I stated earlier, but my number 1 favorite Black Eyed Peas song, not just from the Fergie era, but of all time, is none other than Let's Get It Started. Yes, better than I Got a Feeling, better than Where Is the Love, better than Pump It, better than The Time, better than Boom Boom Pow. All of those songs combined have nothing to this. They can't beat this song on a list like this. This is my list, and I'm not going to let you change my mind. But why is Let's Get It Started my number one favorite song? Well, as I've stated a couple times before, both online and a couple times to a few of my friends, this was the very first song I've ever heard from the Peas back when it was relevant. I remember back when I was around 4 or 5 years old, I was in this car. Me and my family were in this car. It was a van. And out of nowhere, I heard these words, "Get Stupid." It was playing on the radio. But I didn't know what the song was. And then sometime later, I heard it again. And from what I remember, I think it was on a CD, because we had this CD called Now That's What I Call Music 17. And the very first song on that list was Let's Get It Started. And every time my mom would play the song, me and my brother and sister would ask her to play it again and again and again once it was over. And she did play it over and over again. And because of that, when I found out that it was performed by the Black Eyed Peas, because at that point, it was back in 2009, when I Got a Feeling was being played on the radio, it was said that that was the same band. And I was like, what? And, well, yeah. Basically what I'm trying to say is that Let's Get It Started is my number one favorite because it was the first song I've heard from them. But that's not the only reason. I love this song with a passion. Every time I play this song, it just gets me in the mood. Every time I play it. I dance to it, I sing along to it, and don't even get me started, I guess, pun intended, on the way that it's mixed. The vocals, the guitar, the bass, the drums, it's so great. And yes, I am very well aware of the original uncensored version, which, for the record, as somebody who is legally blind and autistic, which are both considered as disabilities, I was honestly never offended by that version. However, I always liked the new version more because, well, not only is it better, but it's just, well, catchy. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. This is the catchiest Black Eyed Peas song I'll ever keep listening to as long as as long as I live. And it's not just the fact that it's my favorite song on there. I've played it multiple times. I sang it for a talent show. I requested, somebody to play it during a dance, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the video on Han and Leia Oldest Son called When We Party, We Get It Started, that was actually me dancing to the song because I requested somebody to play it. And let me tell you, it was awesome. And, well, I don't know what else to say about it. Other than that, Let's Get It Started is number one on this list. So those are my top 10 favorite Black Eyed Peas songs from the Fergie era. I actually should take a listen to some of their other songs they've done because I heard they're still around, even though Fergie is no longer with them. And actually, maybe I should take a listen to some of the music they've done before Fergie, because in case you guys didn't remember, the Black Eyed Peas were not the Black Eyed Peas when Fergie was on. Back then when they started, they were different. And even without Fergie, well, I don't know. The reason I decided to choose the Fergie era is because that was the era I grew up with the most. And, well, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it other than that, well, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 video. I'm honestly really glad I was able to get this out. So, yeah, if you guys want me to do more top 10 videos, or top whatever videos, I'll probably do them in the future at some point. In fact, I actually do have another top whatever video planned at some point, but it'll have to take some while to figure out how it'll be laid out. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it like I said. Please comment, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you all next time.